Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is December 19th of 2025. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters, located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland, is going to stage a DEFCON level event and/or World War III during the live broadcast of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua boxing match in Miami, Florida, which is slated to transpire between 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 19th and 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 20th of 2025. As stated in the previous video, it's highly likely that the venue in Miami, Florida could come under attack. But breaking news and events suggest that the CIA plans to stage something far more sinister during the live broadcast of this boxing match, which is going to be aired around the world on Netflix. So basically, if you have a Netflix subscription, you can get this fight for free. So the viewership should possibly be upwards of around 1 billion viewers. A terror attack that was staged in Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, back on December 14th of 2025, on the first day of Hanukkah, was a blood sacrifice offered up to Revelation 16:16, and that's why there were 16 victims in this particular attack. And this is the dreaded Battle of Armageddon in Tel Megiddo, Israel, which the CIA is going to stage on the morning of December 20th of 2025 in Israel and neighboring Egypt. So exactly what is planned is obviously not known, but it appears that the CIA plans on staging a made-for-TV what's the right word? D-Day-like event targeting Israel with Egyptian armed forces and Russian armed forces. So some sort of full-scale attack or invasion of Israel is expected on the morning of December 20th of 2025, specifically to trigger World War III. So, but as with all things CIA, this attack will not be what it appears. On December 9th of 2025, 10 days ago, the CIA staged, it was called Storm Byron. And this was a massive storm that hit the Middle East, namely Palestine and Israel. And it was during this storm that the CIA put chemical weapons off the shoreline in the Mediterranean. So the CIA staged this storm, which had almost complete fog cover on the shoreline, and so probably Navy SEALs or Special Forces from Israel began placing large canisters of gas. So they're basically going to stage a gas attack on the Gazans. They're going to try to wipe out millions of Palestinians, and then they're going to blame Russia. But the reality is likely going to be far different. This is just conjecture. I mean, there is the possibility that the CIA would actually stage a Russian attack on Israel, but Putin would never greenlight that. Because obviously with three religions coming out of Abrahamic religions coming out of Israel, you're going to piss off the half the world. So it's highly likely that what's going to happen on the morning of December 20th is that the CIA is going to stage a false flag Russian attack and invasion of Israel that is going to be executed on the ground by Ukrainian troops wearing Russian uniforms. And it appears that some backroom deal has been made. I'm going to get into that in a second. Coincidentally, back on August 5th of 2022, the CIA staged Operation Breaking Dawn. So this attack is expected to commence at dawn, which would be during the primetime broadcast of the aforementioned boxing match in Miami. And the CIA ordered the Israeli Defense Forces to activate 25,000 troops. And these apparently are the troops that are going to be coordinating or responding to this huge invasion of Israel. And coincidentally, the date of December 20th of 2025 marks exactly 1,233 days since this event. This number is very special because 123 is ABC, which is atomic, biological, and chemical. That's how they used to refer to this in the military. And then, of course, 33, or CC, is how poison is measured in medical and military terms. So this attack is going to be biological, chemical, radiological, and nuclear in nature. And the CIA has chosen this fight because you have Jacob Paul. Jacob is the patriarch of Israel. He is the father of 3 Abrahamic religions, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. And then you have Joshua, or Yeshua, or Yahweh, which is the highest god in Judaism, Anthony Joshua, or Anthony Yahweh. So the CIA has chosen this fight, likely orchestrated it, specifically to stage an attack on Israel during this live broadcast of this fight, and then they'll likely murder Paul and or Joshua later in some sort of heinous ritualistic blood sacrifice. And this notion is corroborated by the fact that the date of December 20th of 2025 marks exactly 1,087 days since Benjamin Netanyahu became president of Israel for, I believe, the 3rd time. And so the number 187 is synonymous with murder. It's the police code for murder. It also has the number 17, 1087. And this equates the letter Q as in coup d'etat, because this is a coup d'etat. This is an overthrow of Israel and an overthrow of the world, because World War III is going to break out immediately afterwards. And then the whole entire democratic process in virtually every country will be immediately banished, and they will go to martial law, and things are going to get really bad really fast. As previously mentioned, this is going to be like a movie. This is going to be like Saving Private Ryan. They're going to make it dramatic. They're going to have cameras already pre-placed. They're going to have bombs going off, chemical weapons pouring into Israeli cities. They're going to gas a large number of the Palestinian population in order to wipe them out. There's likely going to be helicopters, jets flying over, rocket attacks, ballistic missiles. It's going to be a production. And so the alleged assassination of Rob Reiner, a Jewish Zionist filmmaker in Brentwood, California, back on December 14th, is exactly 6 days prior to this attack on the 20th. And of course, the number 6 is intimately tied to Israel and Judaism, because not only do you have allegedly 6 million Jews perish in the Holocaust, but you have 6 points on the Israeli star, the Star of David. Coincidentally, the Star of David features 2 triangles, which are pyramids, which is also found in neighboring Egypt. And so this is also because there's 3 points on each triangle, you have the CC numerology, again, because they plan on really gassing the Jews. Like, that term was not a mistake that they use in reference to Cyclone B being used in concentration camps to kill millions of Jews in Europe. That is because they plan on staging a gas attack in Israel to wipe out Jews in Israel as pretext for World War III. And that is why in the Abrahamic story, he puts his son Isaac on an altar, and God tells him to kill him, because this is what they plan to do. The CIA is basically going to orchestrate the death of Israel with some sort of massive attack that will likely be scapegoated onto Russia as pretext for World War III. Coincidentally, Russia and Egypt just signed a multi-billion-dollar agreement to build nuclear reactors. This appears to be some sort of a payoff between the 2 countries. I'm not sure if Russian forces will be involved, but I can guarantee they will either be Ukrainian or Russian. Also, in respect to the United States, who has since roughly September 1st of 2025 has been building up a massive naval armada off the coast of Venezuela. As of December 19th of 2025, there are currently 10 ships and 1 submarine, including the USS Gerald Ford, which is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. And I believe that this armada, or this fleet, will immediately be sent to the Middle East. So they're getting everybody ready for this massive event. And then coincidentally, yesterday, December 18th, U.S. President Donald J. Trump just signed a $91 billion defense bill or funding for the United States military. And a day prior, on December 17th, the European Union signed a $90 billion agreement to basically loan this money to Ukraine. So I believe that these two, 181 billion, this of course has the Swiss numerology of 81, August 1st, which is their Swiss National Day. I believe that this is the money for this war that they're going to stage on the morning of December 20th. They have paid off their respective leaders of these countries, and so this impending attack is going to commence. Coincidentally, Israel and Egypt, just 2 or 3 days ago, they signed a $35 billion quote-unquote gas deal for oil and gas related. That was the cover story. I believe that this $35 billion went into the president of Egypt's bank account and the people in Egypt that are going to be paid off in order for this war to commence. So we have almost $200 billion that has changed hands in the last 72 hours. And as we know, with most wars, the bankers fund both sides. In this particular case, the Zionists have paid off all the leaders of the nations that are going to be involved with this impending war. So exactly how this is going to commence in reality on the morning of December 20th is obviously not known, but what we do know is that this impending war in Israel is going to spawn a second global biological pandemic. They'll likely claim that Russia used some sort of weaponized contagion, possibly smallpox, to attack Jews in Israel. And then, of course, we know that it's going to trigger World War III because in the immediate aftermath of this attack, bombing, or invasion, the United States and, of course, NATO nations will run to Israel's defense. And then, of course, this is designed to trigger the mutually assured destruction scenario, or the MAD scenario, whereby they basically, the United States and Russia exchange nuclear weapons or exchange nuclear missile fire. There is also the possibility that in the aftermath of this attack, which like I said earlier, is likely going to be a false flag Ukrainian special forces related attack on Israel, that Israel would exercise. I believe it's called the Samson option, if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves. And this is whereby Israel uses their nuclear arsenal in defense. And so if they nuke Moscow or St. Petersburg, then obviously it's on. So this is evidently slated to transpire on the morning of December 20th of 2025. Obviously, in the aftermath of this report, it's highly likely that the CIA would change gears, reload, go with some sort of other related plan. But what we do know is that Russia, Israel, and Egypt are going to be the primary actors in this event, and that this event is going to trigger World War III, and obviously that cannot be allowed to happen. So in the event the CIA stages a false flag, which will predictably be CBRN in nature, or some sort of act of war, or full-scale strategic bombing or attack or invasion of Israel on the morning of December 20th of 2025, obviously know that it was planned and orchestrated by the CIA headquarters in Geneva. And so I would kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets.